The hosts of Right Talk, T.J. Tipton and Brad Dick.
Well, beginning of a new week on Right Talk.
That it is.
Oh, man. What a weekend. A lot to talk about.
Yes, there is.
So, did you have a great weekend?
I had a wonderful weekend. A little short, but a wonderful weekend. How about yours?
Oh, I tell you, it's always short. But, I always look forward to being able to be on here, right?
Absolutely.
This show is picking up steam. I mean, it's really, we got all our podcasts. We got our webpage done. Let's talk about the webpage. Okay. It is righttalkshow.com. Righttalkshow with one T.com. Check it out. People are going to love it. Hey, we even got coffee coming out, t-shirts coming out. And if you're going to do something, do it big, right?
That's right. That's right. Go big or go home.
Well, I'll tell you, this technology stuff is a lot of fun, right? But when it don't work right, yeah. So we're running just a little bit late, but that's okay. We still got a great show. Got a great show in store for us. I'll tell you, there's a lot of places that you can check Right Talk. Okay. Of course, you can go to blogtalkradio.com/Right Talk. You can call us live on the air. That number is 563-999-3597. We're on Facebook, facebook.com/groups/Right Talk. And we're streaming right now. Live, okay, and also you can go to YouTube, right, and you can catch all the recordings there. Here in the next few days, we'll be doing live streaming on YouTube and some other channels. We got podcasts at Pod Paradise, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Google, all those great places. You can find out where that we're podcasting on our webpage, righttalkshow.com, righttalkshow.com with one T. You get all that? Are you writing that all down, Brad? Because
I'm trying to get it all right here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you are. But anyway, we're on Roku, we're on Amazon Fire Stick. More's coming, brother. More is coming, and you can always watch the shows after we're finished. You can always watch the shows as the shows progress. We're not progressive, yes, but we are progressing. Okay.
I feel like Santa Claus. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere. Yeah, I just kind of think, I still don't know when that liberals renamed themselves as progressive. I just can't get. I can't get over that fact. Maybe somebody can explain it to me, because I don't see them progressing. I see them. They should be called the destructors.
Yeah, destructors are regressive.
The regressors, yeah. So from now on, let's just call them what they are: regressors.
Right.
Okay. So they're not progressive anymore; they're regressors. Regressive. Yeah. They're regressive. So if you're a liberal, you're a regressive. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like it. Because that, we need to let we need to let people know what's going on in the world and the truth, not just a bunch of nonsense, right? And speaking of nonsense, listen to this.
Fact of the day.
It's time for the fact of the day. I know you're excited, Bradley.
Oh, I am. Bring it on.
Did you know that there is an island called Monkey Island, and it's off the coast of Puerto Rico? And the monkeys naturally, okay, have herpes B. Now, herpes B's can kill a human, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So the first rule of Monkey Island is don't get peed on. Like, who's going to let a monkey pee on them anyway? I mean, come on. You know,
have you watched YouTube lately?
Well, that could be very true, right? But you know, I guarantee it. Crazy stuff. That's the fact of the day. Speaking of crazy stuff, I'm ready to go to work. Are you ready to go to work?
Let's do this.
We wade through this mess so that people don't have to vomit after the first 5 minutes of watching ABC, NBC, MSNBC, Fox News, you know, so that they don't have to regurgitate the junk that they're hearing.
Right.
And that's what Right Talk is. You know, we are saving the world one life at a time. Right. And we are the people that your parents warned you about. Because we talk about religion and politics. There's no hiding that I'm a born again Christian. No hiding that you're a born again Christian, right? Okay. Exactly. Both of us are ministers. You're a pastor. I'm a revivalist. You know, we don't hide the fact that for our love and our dedication to our Lord Jesus Christ, right?
Exactly.
So we talk about everything from A to Z. And I want to start off with this. Now, you and I, we don't get together and we don't rehearse and we don't say too much about, well, what are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't know. What are you talking about? I don't know. We just kind of come in here with our thoughts and with our ideas, right? And my thought and my idea is this, and you probably already heard about this today, but the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, and all of their wisdom and all of their fundamental knowledge, right? They have decided to grant full approval to Pfizer 2-dose COVID-19 vaccine for ages 16 and up. And this is a pandemic milestone. They're calling it a pandemic milestone. Okay. But parents may wonder what it means for the younger children who still aren't authorized to get the vaccine. Now, Bradley, this is just TJ's thinking. But if we have approved an FDA approval of a vaccine, don't you think that it should cover children as well? Children are dying of this disease just like adults are. Maybe not in the mass numbers, but you know, what I'm saying is that so, you know, tough titty 12, 15-year-olds, you know, get a life, hope you survive, hope you make it.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever. Now they are doing some now you can do an emergency for your young child for authorization is expected by fall or winter. So you know what? Just good luck on that. Okay. We wish you luck and pray that your children don't get it. But right now we're just interested in people that are 16-year-old and older, and we're still going to get it, folks. Come on.
Sounds kind of targeted to me. I mean, just my thoughts. Like
well,
they're targeting a certain age group and saying, you know, if the shot does work, they're targeting that younger age group and saying we need to lower the amount of people living, the population in that age group. They're trying to control something. That's just, call me a conspiracy theorist or whatever, but that's what it sounds like to me.
You know, that's what regressors do.
Exactly.
You know, let's target a certain age. Let's take them out. Okay. I mean, listen, if I'll thankfully and fortunately, this isn't true in your case, but in my case, my triplets are 16, right? Okay. And if I wanted them to be able to be inoculated and protected against so-called protection, right? I have that choice now. But you don't.
Right.
Because your son is under the age of 12, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
13.
13. Okay. So 13 years old and he can't get, guess what? Good luck to you, man. The best of the best to you. That just don't make sense to me. Number one is they're calling this a breakthrough, and yet not everybody's covered by it.
Yeah.
And there's people in the hospital right now that are under the age of 16 with COVID, right? With COVID-19, with this variant. Mm-hmm. What do you think, folks? 563-999-3597. Now, I know there's going to be somebody that calls and says, well, TJ, we got to start somewhere. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's probably because your kids are over 15 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've got a nephew. He's just turned 13, and he's got it. I mean, it's
really 13
yeah.
years old, but he couldn't be inoculated.
Nope.
You just tough it out, son. You hopefully you'll make it. Yeah. This is crazy stuff. Okay. Crazy stuff. I mean, did we ever think, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, when we were pastoring a church together, did we ever think that we'd see such such stupidity?
Not at this level.
Well, that mask, it's going to protect you. That mask ain't going to do diddly squat. Right? I mean, if you're going to catch it, you're going to catch it. Okay?
Right.
That we know that the mask only protects those that have it from spreading. Okay? It doesn't stop it from spreading. You better get hold of it. It will not stop it from spreading, but it helps it not to spread, if that makes any sense whatsoever. A normal cough can go out 3 feet, right? But when you got a mask on, it's just all kind of confined and maybe go out 6 inches. But it does not mean that you can't catch it by wearing a mask. It just confines it. Folks, we live in a time that is a time, I kind of, it's nothing compared to the Black Plague, but what do we have to do to be able to survive this nonsense that our government's putting on us? I'm going to talk more. I'm going to talk more about, COVID-19, but, Biden, Uncle Joe, that's his new name for me, Uncle Joe. Okay. He has our best at interest. You know that, Brad.
Well, yeah, the buck stops here, right?
What?
The buck stops with me.
You heard him say it, Uncle Joe.
Yeah.
The buck stops with me.
So we know that that's true. Okay.
Right.
Uncle Joe would never lie to us. Okay. And he wouldn't try to undermine us in any way because, he's an upstanding ex-senator.
Right.
Okay. And we know that all senators tell the truth, and all senators, Republican and regresses, all have our best interest at heart. And that's why they gave themselves a $2,000 raise.
Right.
during this, because they have worked so hard during this, for the last 2 years of trying to stop COVID, right? And so they gave themselves a pay raise. Congratulations. I just want to thank him for that. But, Uncle Joe says that he's urging employers to require COVID vaccination. Is that not a Gestapo type of tactic?
Absolutely.
I took it real easy last week. It was our first week. I took it easy, brother. Right? This week I'm coming out. I'm taking off the gloves, right? Because this is Gestapo type of techniques.
Yeah.
Right? Somebody asked me today, somebody messaged me and said, do you think that we're heading to communism? I said, most definitely socialism.
Yeah.
And the president has called for schools. He's calling for businesses to require vaccination. And because there's been some resistance by the conservatives, by some Republican governors and some lawmakers saying, Uncle Joe, we ain't putting up with it. Right?
What? Are you serious?
Yeah. Hard to imagine, right?
That.
But the regressors, President Joe Biden on Monday pressed business and public leaders to implement. Get inoculated, baby. Vaccine mandates after the federal government issued its first full approval. The FDA, approved it. So, if the FDA approves it, it has to be true.
That's right.
What do you think?
That's right.
I don't know. I mean, 563-999-3597 is the number to call. Now, you think Uncle Joe has a right?
It reminds me of Sarah Palin. Whenever she was running vice president, she said, say it ain't so, Joe.
Say it ain't so, Joe. I have to find that soundtrack.
Yeah.
I'll have to find, because we know what Joe thinks.
The buck stops with me.
So whenever we start looking at things like that, I'm just scratching my head saying, man, what is going on? So what's going on your side of the world, my friend?
Well, first of all, my webcam there's doing a little movement on me, making me.
Well, it's probably upset about Joe, and regressors got hold of it and trying to do my funky. It's all up.
Well,
crazy.
Here's the thing that I love. Whenever you put something on Facebook or you put something out there, and there's the fact checkers. I mean, aren't you happy that they're there to make sure that what we give is the truth? I mean, I've had Facebook come back on a couple of my posts and say, that isn't a fact, that isn't true. And,
Certainly not. Certainly not.
I know. It's
the regressors. What do you expect?
But I come across this today, and I'm like, wow. Snopes fact checks its own co-founder.
Now, wait. Snopes. Wait. Snopes, right? I mean, do you use Snopes? I use Snopes. I did use Snopes, right?
Yeah.
Because whenever I start looking at all of this stuff that's taking place, I want to know what the truth is.
Right.
Right. I want to know if somebody's just pulling my leg. I want to know if somebody's messing with me. Right.
Right.
Now, go ahead, because I trusted Snopes. I hope you're not going to ruin my day.
Well, I'm afraid I might. I might be getting ready to upset your Cheerios there a little bit. But Snopes fact checks its own co-founder and catches him plagiarizing 54 articles following an internal review.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. David Mickelson was suspended pending comprehensive internal investigation, according to BuzzFeed News. The co-founder of this liberal fact-checking website, Snopes, was caught plagiarizing in dozens of articles, according to the internal review. We can't even trust the fact checkers.
Man, the fact checkers even lying about it.
What are we going to do now?
I don't know. I know what I'm going to do. I got to go to break. We'll be back.
You're hearing it right on Right Talk with TJ and Brad.
Hey, friend, a few months ago, I wrote a series of books that I call The Big Series. I entitled them Think Big, Talk Big, Walk Big. And these books are life-changing as one learns that you are what you say you are what you think you are, and that determines on how you walk. These truths will change your life and destiny. You see, Carol sent me a message, and she said, "Hi, TJ. I just have to text you and tell you I can't put your books down. OMG. You are so spot on and keeping it real and true. Wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Everybody needs to read these books multiple times." Listen, friend, you can get these copies of Big Series today at Amazon.com and search TJ Tipton. These copies of these books and others that I've written in either Kindle, digital, or printed form. Search TJ Tipton, Think Big, Talk Big, and Walk Big. Like I said, I call them the Big Series on Amazon.com.
this somewhere before, having more fun than what should be allowed. I wonder who came up with that.
Somebody having a lot of fun.
Brother Rush did. Yeah, Brother Rush did. God bless him. Yeah.
Yes.
Having a lot of fun on Right Talk. You know, we're going all around the world, baby. I mean, I get messages all day long from people, not necessarily people that are calling in on the show, apparently, but a lot of people listen to us. I got one message, I think, yes, it was Friday, that somebody says, I listen to you and Brad every day on my way to work. I thought, pretty neat that are impacting lives. I just think it's amazing. What's amazing to me is I didn't do this a long time ago. That's what is amazing to me, right? So anyway, Bradley, I have some disappointment that I'm just really with this. I mean, honestly, I'm upset. So when did the U.S. ever negotiate with the Taliban?
What?
When did the U.S. ever negotiate with the Taliban?
Well, we better not have.
According to Biden's National Security Advisor, the U.S. is consulting with Taliban on every aspect. The U.S. is in close coordination with the Taliban as it works to evacuate tens of thousands of people from Kabul airport before August the 31st, National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said. Now, listen, I don't care if you like Trump. I don't care if you didn't like Trump. This would not be going on if Trump was president. There would be no negotiation. Two great presidents in my lifetime. Well, three. I consider Kennedy to be a great president. He was Democrat, but he was a different type of Democrat. I consider Reagan to be a great president. I thought the Bushes were rhinos. They, that's just personal opinion, the rhinos. But you know what? Trump set the record straight. We know that Uncle Joe ain't going to do nothing about it because Uncle Joe has turned America into a paper tiger. And I promise you that whenever November of 2022 comes around, it's going to show on Election Day. Right? Yeah. I expect to take Congress. I expect to take Senate. And Uncle Joe can go cry somewhere in New Jersey, New Hampshire, I guess it is. Okay? Somewhere. Sullivan said that we're engaging with the Taliban. We're consulting with, man, I want to throw up. This is crazy.
Yeah,
we are crazy on every aspect of what's happening in Kabul right now. No. I'm just kind of taken back at the.
This is what happens. This is what happens. This is what happens when you withdraw. Some equipment is left there.
Nancy seems to agree with him.
It's just what happened.
Yeah. The U.S.-led international efforts to get people out of Afghanistan has picked up pace in the last 24 hours. But they're now, Uncle Joe's trying to come up with a different deadline. Okay. And there is literally thousands, tens of thousands of Americans still in the thousands and thousands, let me put it that way, of Americans that are in Afghanistan, and Christians are being beheaded. They are in search for, I was reading an article, they're in search for people who are, who have interpreted for the U.S. and our military, right?
Right.
So the Taliban, I guarantee it, this will not happen under a pro-conservative president.
Yeah, it wouldn't happen under anyone that believed in the country. Believed
We're a paper tiger. That's why that China and that's why that Russia doesn't it doesn't hurt their feelings to be able to say what they want to. I mean, exactly. I was just reading today that Vladimir Putin, right? Vladimir Putin warns West to stop meddling in Afghanistan. Now, who is Putin to be telling us what we can and what we cannot do? Who is he? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I can see him coming to Trump and saying, "Listen, we really don't want you to mess with Afghanistan anymore." There would probably be a few choice words which I would not approve of coming out of his mouth, right? But in no shape or in no form would he ever say, "Mr. Putin, I totally agree with you, but I promise you that Biden is somewhere in a bunker hiding."
Oh, absolutely.
Who are these? I mean, okay, so now we're working on working with the Taliban. We're just negotiating with the Taliban. We're hoping that they don't get too upset with us because, man, if they get upset with us, we're going to have to go cry somewhere because there ain't nothing we can do anything about it. Right?
Yeah.
Thank you, Uncle Joe. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Say it ain't so, Joe.
Like wimps of the world. Say it ain't so, Joe. Say it ain't so. The wimps of the world. And you know what? I haven't seen nobody. I haven't seen liberals. I haven't seen the regressors. I haven't seen anybody come to his defense and say, "Oh no, we made a show. We let them know who's boss." Because it didn't happen. It ain't going to happen. What do you think? 563-999-3597. Man, it's hard to believe that 30 minutes is already gone.
Can't believe it.
Speaking of Uncle Joe.
Believe it.
Speaking of Uncle Joe, you know, I got some bad news for you, Bradley. I got
bad news?
More bad news for the regressors. Okay. Biden's job approval falls. I knew you weren't going to expect that.
No.
Because of his handling of troops has become negative on both sides of the aisle. I was looking at some of these stats. Okay. Removal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan has gone 44% has said very badly. The removal of U.S. troops from Afghanistan has gone very badly, 44%. Okay. Somewhat badly, 30%. There's 74% of the people polled that said that the Afghanistan removal of our U.S. troops in Afghanistan went very badly or somewhat badly. Now, Nancy and Pelosi and them, 5% of them said it went very well. Are they on drugs? Are they shooting meth? What is going on with them?
They're asleep at the wheel for sure.
Did they wake up and roll out of a bar or something? 5%. Come on, folks. 5%. This is ludicrous. This is about the stupidest thing I've ever. I better calm down. My blood pressure is going up, Bradley.
There it is. I see it.
Now look at this. Afghanistan, approve of removing U.S. troops, 63%. Okay? I can understand that. I can understand. I was never a proponent of taking military into Afghanistan to start with. Okay? I've already said that. I'm a separatist. We need to take care of our own stuff before we go off trying to police the world. Right? That's just what I believe. But, all right, 63% said that they believe in the removing of the U.S. troops, okay? But almost 50% said that Biden handled it wrong. Now, where's the other 50%? And matter of fact, the other 53%, because 47% are saying that he didn't handle it right. Right. What did he do right at all? What did the man do correctly in the removing our troops from Afghanistan? What did he do? Just tell me one thing he did right. One thing. Exactly. That's all I'm asking for. Go ahead, Bradley. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your words of wisdom.
One thing.
One thing that he did right.
Stops with Joe. He let them have it. He stood up and he let them know that there's no one, that everything's, he's the decider. He made this decision and the buck stops with him.
That don't make it right. Responsibility. He took responsibility. That's what he did right. What do you think, folks? 563-999. I got to read it slow. I'm sorry. 563-999-3597. I guarantee it. I get so excited about this stuff, and then my computer starts messing up because I'm screaming and I'm shouting. Come on.
It happens. It happens.
You better take it away, Bradley. Because I'm mad too, Eddie.
I want to help everyone just kind of have a moment away from all the blood pressure rising. I need a moment. I've got it right here. I need to go London YouTuber. Right London YouTuber claims to have been abducted by aliens and fallen in love with one of them. She said she's sick of men on Earth. She is an actress in London, Abby Bella, and she said she was sick of men on Earth. She said that she hopes to normalize dating with those from other planets, and basically how it happened was just she claims that she fell for an alien and he swept her off her feet when he took her into his UFO, and she's falling in love. This is something to celebrate. We could fall in love again.
At least she had the decency of going with another man from another universe.
Exactly.
I mean, most people, they don't, if they're sick and tired of whatever sex that they were, with, would just switch sexes. I mean, if Caitlyn Jenner can do it, anybody can do it, right?
Yeah. Or hide their boyfriend in the basement for a year. I mean, come on.
Speaking of that, I got to tell you a story that happened to me at Target. Right? I will not allow my family go in Target. Okay, because that they don't know gender roles, and I want my boy to know he's a boy, and I want my girl to know he's a girl. Right?
Exactly.
And so we're not going to go to this special section down there and pick out it clothes. And so Bradley, it hit me, and I had to run to the bathroom. So I ran into Target because it was the only store that was there. I didn't know what bathroom to go to.
Oh man, I bet it was confusing.
I didn't know. I didn't know what bathroom to go to. I didn't know. I finally said I don't care. I was taking care of business. I thought my wife walked in next to me. I started carrying a conversation on with her, just to find out it wasn't my wife at all. At least it wasn't another woman. But come on, folks. At least she had the decency. At least she had the decency of finding her another fella.
Exactly.
I could really we're with this.
Oh my.
People, you're sick, I guarantee it. This is all the regretter's fault. I guarantee it. The regret, let me tell you on a lighter note.
Man, it's going to get real light.
You're going to get me in trouble. What you're going to do. That's exactly what you're going to do. Have you had a bathroom situation? Call us 563. 999-3597. Having too much fun. So Biden gives his speech yesterday, right? Did you read about this, about the speech?
A little bit. I didn't get to read all of it, though.
Well, I'm smarter than the average bear. I didn't watch it. Uncle Joe don't have nothing to tell me anyway, right? I mean, he's going to get up there and sputter, and as long as he's on the teleprompter, he's okay. But this was hilarious. Okay, so Biden begins taking questions from reporters on Afghanistan, right? Following his Sunday address, and do you know what NBC does?
What?
They cut away from President Biden. During the questions.
Oh my goodness.
They cut away because they didn't want to have to put up with the nonsense that Biden is about ready to spew out of his mouth. Well, so whenever and I'm looking at this and I'm saying, the NBC, they're regressors, right?
Exactly.
Come on, you would expect that from Fox. You would expect that from a conservative news group, right? But they're all kind of running in the middle right now, right? Yeah. And so, but they cut away. NBC took a strange moment on Sunday to cut away from President Biden, who addressed the nation about the ongoing withdrawal from Afghanistan, as well as Tropical Storm Henry. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Henry is devastation. Listen, folks, we need, I'm going to get serious real quick. We need to be praying for those folks in Tennessee, the thousands that are without power, the thousands that are without power in New Jersey and up the coast. I don't know. Many people have died because of the flooding that's taking place right now in Tennessee, and we need to be praying. We need to be praying for those families and for those people, so that when you get power restored, it's a mess. It's just a mess, Bradley. And there's a lot of people that are hurting right now because of Henry. NBC took a strange moment. They said, we don't have to watch this, right? And so they cut away from the president taking questions from reporters. Wow. That's something else, isn't it?
Yeah, that shows where their respect and reliance is for the truth, for sure. And it's not there. Not there at all.
Well, so at least the English woman found her a boyfriend. That's all that matters.
Yeah, that's right. Alien or not.
Yeah, what else we got, bro?
Well, you were talking about bathroom, and it reminded me of an article that I read earlier today.
Oh, you haven't been? I couldn't take a phone call right now if I wanted to, because my screen froze and I can't, and I've got stuff over. So if you're calling, just hang in there. I'll get to you eventually. I promise I will. Go ahead. Tell me about your bathroom experience.
They have went across the country looking for the cleanest bathrooms. And according to America's Best Bathroom Contest.
I'm going to tell you where they're at, okay? Before you go any further, I'm going to tell you where the cleanest bathrooms are. I travel a lot, right? I'm going to tell you, McDonald's.
It could be hit and miss. You haven't been to Waldron. Oh, that's going to get us some calls.
Yeah, you're going to get us in big trouble, buddy. So if you think, but wait, let's be honest about the whole deal.
Yeah.
The bathrooms at Waldron don't belong to the McDonald's. At Waldron, they belong to the gas station. So technically, you're using the bathroom. Anyway, that's enough of that. But yeah, McDonald's. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, and unfortunately, McDonald's did not hit this top 10 list.
Oh, really?
But no. Core 24 Gym in Greenville, South Carolina is number one. Now
Never
get
been
this
there.
one. Number two is what gets me.
Number
The Fancy Flush Portable Toilet. Do you like that pun? Number two is what gets me. The Fancy Flush Portable Toilet.
Number two, you want to go to the Fancy Flush, baby.
It's in Santa Rosa, California. Number three is.
I just might have to take a trip out there and check it out. You know what I'm saying?
I'm thinking we need to do a Right Talk USA tour of the cleanest bathrooms.
Why not? Why not?
Why not?
Yeah, we'll make Uncle Joe pay for it.
That's right.
I'll get the phone just as soon as I get off the call and see if he'll make sure that we, you know, this would be important to U.S. citizens around the world to know where to go potty at in America.
I want a Fancy Flush Portable Toilet T-shirt. I'm going after one. That's all there is to it. I'll tell you what.
Have a coffee. I'd like to have a coffee mug with it on there, and you press the button and it flushes.
The old Fancy Flush.
Nobody might else be enjoying this, but I sure am. Okay, go ahead, bro.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it just goes on. Number three is kind of surprising. JFK Airport's Terminal number 4 in New York.
Terminal number 4.
Yeah.
I'll remember that because
Number
I do go through there occasionally.
Yeah.
Terminal 4. I'll remember that.
If you're ever in Atlanta and you want to eat some Thai food, Nan Thai Fine Dining is number 4. The Planet World Museum in Washington, D.C.
There you go.
The Pump House in
Joe
North Carolina.
Cardiac.
That's right. The Fed Community Restaurant in Clarkston, Michigan. None of these are anywhere close to us, and I don't know why. That none of Arkansas toilets got on this. I'm a little upset. I feel like that we've been discriminated against.
Have been. The regressors have, you know, ever since that Bill started taking drug money out of Mena, Arkansas at the airport, people have not treated us right since then.
That's right. They lost all respect for us.
They're hollering at me. They're hollering at me, son. I guess I'm gonna have to go to a break in the midst of all of this fun, right?
Yeah. Find you a clean toilet on the break.
Well, we would go to break, but apparently my computer is frozen. So no break. Sorry. We're just going to have to, you know, We Hire Truckers is going to not have to pay for this segment, but we appreciate them being a part of this segment. We Hire Truckers where that, you know, they hire truckers from all, I'm doing this. I'm just doing this off the cuff. Isn't this great? Yeah. But we hire.
I can't tell.
Yeah, they hire truckers. They don't just hire truckers. They hire truck drivers that want to be home weekly, right? So they'll get their drivers home weekly, and they'll be able to still bring home the bacon. A lot of people don't know this, Bradley, but most of the time, whenever you drive a weekly load, in a lot of cases, you don't make the money that you do an OTR. And that's just a fact. But whenever you're doing a regional with us, we really work hard at getting you the best compensation that's available on We Hire Truckers. And I would sit here and I'm looking through my stuff because I would love to give you Mickey's phone number, but it escapes me at the moment. Do you have Mickey's phone number?
No, I don't have Mickey's phone number.
Well, anyway, Mickey, I'm sorry about that, buddy. I tried. I just forgot your phone number. I could probably go get it real quick, but I'd leave you with the show all alone, and my computer's screen's frozen. There ain't no telling what's going to happen today.
No, there's no telling what would happen if you left it alone with me.
But you know, Bradley, I just want you to know that back to the chase, where that we're trying to keep people from being able to vomit, having to list all the nonsense that's out there, right? Remember the Ever Given incident? You remember about the how that it blocked up the Panama Canal, or I guess the Suez Canal, wasn't it? Yeah, the Suez Canal, March of 27. Okay, and that was a billion dollar catastrophe, billions of dollars, because it stopped the flow of products going around the world. Okay, and I was reading the Insider at the military and the defense, and they were talking about how easy it would be. And I don't want to, probably Russia or nobody in China listens to me anyway, but they were talking about how easy it would be if that Russia got a wild hair or China got a wild hair, right? And all they would have to do is sink a ship, okay, at the entry of a port, or the entry of a canal, or the entry, you know what I'm saying? It would stop all shipping in that area, right? That means they'd have to find new routes. They'd have to go, they'd have to go around, which would take weeks, even months, to be able to accommodate that. And so they were talking about that. If they were wise and if they were smart, right? That the Ever Given container ship catastrophe also illustrated an overlooked maritime threat. Okay, and the threat is growing because we don't have the authority that we once had 2 years ago with China or with Russia. Right. And especially as China expands its presence. I mean, the second time they flew into Taiwan airspace, just happened just recently, right? And China expands its presence at checkpoints around the world. Okay, and I just find it amazing. Okay, that if we've ever needed a time, Bradley, to be strong, if America ever needed a time to be able to stand up, right? If we've ever needed a time for us to be able to be the lion again of the world, it's now. Because what's going to happen, we know there was nothing done about the Chinese sharing COVID-19 that came out, I believe, that came out of one of their test tubes, right? I'm never convinced in spite of what they did in Australia. You probably read this, but in Australia, they killed like 12 dogs, 10 of them puppies, because they had COVID-19 and they just totally killed them because they didn't want the spread. This was in a dog pound, or in a place that they kept dogs for people to come and get. But I'm not buying this that it came from a bat. I'm not buying that it came from a mongoose or some type of critter, right? That they had. I believe that it came from a test tube. A lot of people believe that. I believe that President Trump believed that. Uncle Joe don't believe that, though.
Right.
Because he don't want to stand up against the Chinese, and he don't want to stand up against the Russians, and now you don't want to stand up against the Taliban.
Yeah.
And we live in a shocking world right now.
Yes, we do.
What else you got? I'm still trying to get my computer unfroze.
Still working on it. Well, I'll tell you, another interesting story, that I find, or another thought that I find interesting, just from what you're saying. I mean, it just almost seems like the more that Biden tries to do something, the more we do nothing. I mean, it's like he talks a big game. It sounds like he's doing something, but then you see nothing, no action, nothing taking place. I'll tell you something.
With this whole campaign, it's been that way with this whole campaign. I mean,
exactly.
We're going to do this and we're going to do that, and Trump didn't do this and Trump didn't do that. He has not done one thing since he's been in office.
No.
But cause headache. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, and you know, it reminded me. I saw a post from a friend of mine that lives in Alaska the other day about Kamala Harris. I don't know if you saw that that post or not, but one of the news channels, and I don't have. I was trying to find it here. It was one of the local news channels, or one, I think it was CNN, had did an interview. It was supposed to be a live interview with Kamala Harris at 8:30 p.m. in August, and it was pitch black, and it was supposed to be at Anchorage, Alaska. Well, 8:30 p.m. in August in Anchorage, Alaska isn't dark.
We know, don't
Exactly.
we know. I mean, we've been up at 2 o'clock in the morning and it still be daylight. We know about that because we live there.
Exactly.
8:30 at night. And what was the date?
It was Thursday or Friday last week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's pitch dark at 8:30.
It's dark. Yeah. It was a live recording.
Goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
Folks, it don't get dark. It's not even getting dark now until midnight, probably, in Anchorage, Alaska.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's crazy the kind of stuff they're just trying to put out there just to seem like they're doing something, and it's all just, you know, manipulation and everything. It's crazy.
Well, I have some more I want to share, but thankfully the feed is still going. We're still recording, right?
Yes.
So, but I can't get to anything else because my computer is now frozen. A regressor must have got on it and froze my computer.
Maybe it's one of those aliens.
So, you know, the FDA, and I'm doing this from memory now. Y'all be glad I got good memory. The FDA is now telling people do not take ivermectin whatsoever for the cure of COVID-19. And when I start looking at that and I start analyzing that, and we'll talk more about this tomorrow on the show, because this is something that we need to understand. Okay. I'm not a proponent of ivermectin. Okay. But I'm willing to try anything if I got COVID-19, especially if I'm in a hospital.
Exactly.
The FDA has not okayed it, but the FDA has not done testing to even see if it works or not. But India has. Now, we talked about this last week, and I'll probably open up the show with it tomorrow because we're about out of time, brother. My computer's frozen. But I'll tell you, it's amazing to me that these regressors are trying to control the world and trying to dominate you and me and put us under their thumbs, tell us what we can and what we cannot do. I am a First Amendment lover, so much that I have taken tickets because I don't have to wear my seatbelt unless I choose to wear my seatbelt. That's how much I hold to freedom, right? I understand that there's laws that protect other people, but me wearing that seatbelt does not protect anybody but me, and I should have the choice. I've always been a great proponent of, if as long as I'm not hurting anybody else, right, then I should be able to do what TJ needs to do. Okay. So just kind of, you know, I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at this ivermectin. I'm looking at forcing to be inoculated, forced to be inoculated. Okay. And it ain't right. It ain't right. So, you know, I don't know where we're at on this. I don't know if we're going to shut off correctly. I don't know if we'll be able to stop the show. I don't know. We might be on here all night, Bradley. But
There
tomorrow
you go.
night, even if I have to go buy me a new computer, tomorrow night, okay, I might just have to set me up a laptop right here and just kind of, you know, because I get so many news feeds and people are messaging me and people are, you know, it's going crazy over here, right? And so there's so much going on my computer that I don't know what's going on, but it's frozen. but we're still on here. Okay. Brad, I appreciate you being with me tonight. We're having a great time here on Right. I've had a great time on Right Talk. If I didn't answer the phone, it's because I can't see who's on the phone. I'll have this fixed tomorrow, I promise. But
let's hope
anyway,
so.
Yeah, I know it. Anyway, say good night, Bradley.
Good night, Bradley.
We want to thank you for joining us on Right Talk. Listen to Right Talk every Monday through Thursday at 11 p.m. Central on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Twitch, and LinkedIn. You can also watch and listen to Live Talk on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and podcasts around the world. Right Talk is a TJ Tippman Inc. production.
I love you, babe, with all my heart. Let us never, ever be apart.